The raw file which contains the audios or videos or images, it will read a data at a time of how many bits? 8 bits of 1 byte. Bits of data means zeros and 1 binary format of the data. In a file or text file, it contains the audios, videos, images. It will have a bytes format. Digital means binary data, that is zeros and ones, which containing inside what? Images or audios or videos, like that. Hello everyone, welcome to the session 2 of unit 4. So in the last session we already get to know what exactly the file handling and what are all the methods and also classes with some example codes, right? So in this session we can get about what exactly the architecture or hierarchy of the byte stream and also what input and output handling, how we can handle the file using some architectures. So let's see one by one topic in this session. So this is Asha, the Faculty of Computer Science at Vidhyaashram First Grade Degree College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. So in this session we can get about what exactly byte stream and also binary input output classes, binary input output classes hierarchy, and also file input stream and also file output stream. So let's start with the one by one topic. Here you can see byte stream. You already get to know what exactly byte means. A 1 byte is equal to what? Is equal to 8 bits, right? So at a time it reads 8 bits of the data. It can be like a bytes means or a bits means we can say it store like a 0101, right? Whatever the images or audios or videos, it will have a storage space like what? A zeros and ones. That is what a binary input output. That is what a byte and also bits, right? So at a time it will read a 1 byte of data, that is equal to 8 bits of the data it will read. So for example 010101, like that, how many bits are there? 8 bits are there. It is equal to what? 1 byte. Like that it will read the data in a file. So character byte and also what? A character and also byte stream. What exactly the character versus byte stream is nothing but a character is a sequence of a string or as a single character, right? That is a 16-bit unit code, means it is a ASCII code, right? ASCII code. So in a ASCII code we already know A is equal to 65 and B is equal to 66, like that. So that's why it is a 16-bit ASCII code, we say. That is a Unicode character. When comes to byte stream, that will 8 bits of a raw binary data. Means bits means is a single bit. So this is a 1 bit and this is another bit and this is the third bit. So like how the data will be read up to what? 1 byte of data, that is equal to 8 bits of the data in a file. And also a programmer must determine how interrupt and also what use a byte stream in a byte. So the raw data or the raw file which contains the audios or videos or images, it will read a data at a time of how many bits? 8 bits of 1 byte. So and also typically they are used to read and write of a sounds and also what? Images files in a what? A binary format or and also what? A byte format file. So and also here you can see simplified architecture. So architecture is nothing but what exactly the main class or main package name we have to know. First, binary input means we already know binary input. Under the binary input we have a file input stream, file output stream, buffered input stream, like that, right? So in this main parent class is a byte stream. Under that this is the what? Package called java.io.star. This is the main class. This is the Java package. Under that IO is a class. Under the IO we have a many operation to do on a what? A file. And also here you can see input stream and also output stream, that is a subclass of a main byte stream class. Under that we have a what? A file input stream and also file output stream, that is the subclass of the input and also output stream. And come to here file based class, that is what? A input stream. This is also a subclass of the input stream and also output stream. Again file output stream, it reads the bytes in the form of bytes. Bytes is nothing but what? Bits of data, means zeros and 1 binary format of the data. In a file or text file it contains the audios, videos, images. It will have a bytes format that will be read by what? A file output stream and also file input stream. So input is nothing but how we can read that data. Output means how we can write the data on a file, right? And also advanced classes means inside the data input stream and also what a data output stream, it will read a primitive data, that is what a float and also int boolean types, and come to buffered input stream, buffered output stream. So comparative to a file input stream, file output stream, buffered and also buffered input stream, output stream, both are same, but in a file input stream the data will be read as a slower version compared to buffered. When I use a buffered stream, it will utilize a small amount of disk. When the data will be read from the disk, means main memory, so it will take a small amount of disk to read means faster up the process of reading the data from the file, right? So comparative to file input stream, it will slower, means it will access the more disk to read and take the longer time to read the a file based or anything file based data. So that is why it uses a larger amount of disk to read the data from the memory. That is why either you can use both file input stream and also buffer input stream, but when we have to faster up the reading data, you can use the buffered. So slower version is nothing but what a file input stream. Understood now? And also object input stream and object output stream is mainly what this is also one of the classes, belongs to what read the write the data using a serialization and also deserialization. In upcoming session, you will get to know what exactly the object input output class is. So after this, based on the objects, it will read, and how we can write the data using the object, that is what object input output class is. So now here you can see character versus binary input output main difference. What exactly the difference between character stream and also byte stream? So as I already told, class, the main class for the a character comes a reader and writer. Under this we have a file reader. This is the main class. This is the main class. This is the subclass. And again here file writer. Like that, class hierarchy will belongs to what reader and writer. Come to byte stream, it will have a input and also output stream. And here you can see what a data type reads and write the character. Mainly it will read the character, means char type, and also it reads the raw byte, means it's have a digital, means binary data, that is zeros and ones, which containing inside what images or audios or videos, like that. And come to use for text file, means mainly for .csv or .txt and .log file. And also it reads the images, videos, etc. and also what a zip format files. And also example we can see a file reader. This is the subclass of the reader class, and also buffered reader and print writer. And also here you can see what a file input stream, data output stream, and also object output stream. So as you already know, while you're writing the Java code, you will see scanner module, right? Inside the scanner module we have a system.in. So this is mainly for keyboard, means from the keyboard it will access what a user input from the keyboard. So keyboard is also one of the object for taken a input from the user, that is system.in. When you come to system.out, system.out println, this is output statement. So this is printing by what a console. Console is a what a output display. That is also one of the object using system.out.println, that is also class, belongs to console. Console means it will display whatever the output. After execution of the Java program, you get a output from the console, right? That is what a system.in and also what a system.out. Both are belongs to what input output file handling input output classes. Understood now? Okay, next we can see what exactly the input output class hierarchy. So you already get to know what exactly the byte stream, and also inside the stream we have two types, that is byte and also a character stream. So these are main superclass or parent class. Inside that we have again a reader, writer, like that subclass, and also buffered reader, buffered writer, like that we have a subclasses, right? So for that main package is what a java.io. If we not use this, after declaring file input stream, file output stream, or file and also file reader, writer, it will pop up with error. There is a package called missing package java.io.star. This is you have to use. This is a main package name. Under this we have a many operations we can do on a file. Understood now? Mainly what exactly why we need a file means we have to communicate. For example, when you search one image, particular image on a website, right? So through the what we have to, through the keyword or through the keyboard we can communicate through the what a website, right? What exactly you want you can type on the website. So based on the typing or based on what you give a input, based on that it will what give the output result. Like that, based on the what a file input and also output handling, we can do the operations of these file handling topics. And also here you can see, as I already told, class.java.language. Language is a one package. Under that, everything is converted into object. This is a OOP concept, and also Java, it belongs to one of the OOP concept, right? So everything is belongs to object. Consider this is one object. In this object, we can derive many what subclasses. That is what a file input stream, output stream, and also character, like that. So inside this, we have a sub package called what? A Java IO. Understood now? Inside that object class, main parent class, we have to use what? Java.io.input stream. Under the input stream, again we have a 3 subclasses or sub packages also we call. So that is what? Java IO, byte array input stream, file input stream, filter input stream. So these are input stream belongs to what? A byte stream. Means we have to know what exactly the byte of a array input stream, we can use this. If we work on a file based or read the file, you can use file input stream. Or we can work on a filter input stream, we can use a filter input stream. And come to a second class, that is what? Input output stream. Under the output stream, we have again 3 subclasses. That is what? A byte array output stream, file output stream, filter output stream. Again, there is a third subclass called what? A reader. Inside that, we have a file reader, file writer, file reader, buffered reader, and also what? A class input stream reader. So again, fourth one, that is what? A class input writer, buffered reader, and also file writer, and also what? Output stream writer. These are some of the hierarchy you have to get to know. So after this, we have character stream classes. What exactly the sub classes for the character stream? So as I already know, character means a sequence of the strings and also single character, right? So that is of 16-bit unit code, ASCII code we can say. So for example, buffered reader, this is also means the main subclass is what? A reader and also writer. Under that reader, we have buffered reader, buffered writer. So what is the use of buffered reader, buffered writer? We have to make a what? A faster process of reading of the data. We can use a buffered reader. So instead of buffered reader, we can also use file reader, file writer. But what is the use of buffered reader means it will fast up the process of reading the data from the file. And also char array reader, input stream that reads from a character from array. If array contains a character, it will read from the array as a character. That is what? Char array. And also char array writer, it will write the whatever the character we want in inside the array file. And also file reader, file writer, as you already know, file reader, file writer, and filter reader implements the reader as the process of the faster. And also filter writer, input stream reader, line reader, and also output stream print writer. So these are all what are subclasses and are called what? A character stream. And next we can see byte stream. What are all the subclasses under the byte stream? Again, buffered input stream, buffered output stream, data input, and also data output. So in the serialization and deserialization, you will get understand what exactly the data input stream, data output stream. But right now don't need to worry about this. And file input stream, file output stream, mainly for what? A input stream from the read from the file and write from the file. That is what? A file output. And also filtered output stream, input stream, output stream, and again lastly print stream. These are some of the classes you need to know. So and after this you have a byte input stream or byte stream hierarchy. So if they ask a question like draw the architecture containing a byte stream hierarchy and also explain each block, means you have to explain. First, there is a input stream classes, or we can consider this is an object. So after object, we can write the input stream also. Inside the input stream, again we have a filter input stream, file input stream, and object input stream. So these are come under what? Input stream called class called what? A byte stream. The main parent class byte stream. Under that we have a input stream. Under this we have a subclasses called these two. So but here this is also belongs to input stream, but it will classified as object input output classes. That is why it is a object input stream. So after this again file input stream have a data input stream and buffered input stream. You already know buffered input stream. Data input stream it will belongs to, now in the next upcoming slides we can say what exactly the data input stream. So after this we can again have a output stream, again file output, filter output and object output. So inside the filter output we can say what exactly the data, buffered and print stream. So these two belongs to file input stream, these two belongs to a filter input stream and these two belongs to what? Object input stream. This is the architecture you need to get to know if they ask. So and after that character stream. So the first is everything is converted into object. After that you can read a input stream reader, output stream reader, or you can directly write reader and writer. So this is the what abstract class or main class. That is what a reader and also writer. Inside the reader you have a file reader, buffered reader and also file writer and also what a buffered writer. So this is you have to get to know what exactly the architecture and how we have to get to know. And also file input stream, file reader, buffered reader. File reader is nothing but normal how we can read the file from the system, or how we can write the data to save any data to the file, that is file writer. So after this what exactly the simple code for this file input stream and file output stream, let's see. So writing to the file using the file output stream, we have to write the data to the file. For that we need a one text file, right? That is what? Example.bin. So for that I need a package called what? A java.io.star. That is you have to import before the class itself. And also here you can see write binary file, because this is the binary file format, not a normal text file. This is the binary file format. That is what? A byte stream. And that is what? A file output stream. Stream is nothing but sequence of data. Again under the sequence of data we have character, text file and also byte. Means we have to write a binary format data to store in a character format inside the file. And also here you can see a public static void main which throws an IO exception, because as I already told method also can what? Throws an exception called what? IO exception. If any error occurs it will throw an exception. For that case no need to use of try and also catch block. Why? Because as I already told throws is a keyword, this is a exception handling a mechanism or block or method, right? So that is a keyword. So it will throw an IO exception. Instead of creating try and also catch block, it will directly throw. Method will throw an exception. That is what? This is also method, right? Public static void main string arguments. So that's why use a keyword and also IO exception. Call the file input output stream, because I have to write a file, write a data to the file. So that's why io.star contains a class called file output stream and create a reference variable assigned with a new keyword and also pass the what exactly file you have to create. That is what? Bin extension. Bin extension mainly for what? It contains a binary format file. That is why example.bin. And also FOS means reference variable. Call the reference variable and write is the what? A method name. Inside that I have pass 65. So 65 is nothing but it represents a ASCII value, 16-bit unit code. As I already told, Unicode, right? So 65 is a what? A. And also FOS writes 66, that is what? B. So after that close the file, because we have to close the file, otherwise it will pop up with an error. Why? Because every file has an opening and after utilization of resource it has to be closed. So while you browsing the data, after getting the information you will close all tabs, right? Likewise it has to be closed, otherwise it will pop up with or leading with some other system crashes. And also after that file written successfully, it has to be pop up with a message. Here you can see content inside the bin after execution and after compilation you can see. So inside that what? Example.bin you have save A, B, means say A represent as a 66, this is what? A 65, this is 66. So file written successfully, as the output will be displayed in the console part. This is how you can read a file output stream. Come to file input stream, it will read the data, whatever the data after returning to the file, it will read from the input stream. So again import the io.star and also read binary file, throws IO exception, call the what a file input stream with a reference variable int byte data, because how many bytes of the data it has to be returned. Why? Because for example bytes are 2. For example, consider bytes as 2, it will return as 2, that is of integer type. That is why it will return what? Byte data. So while byte data is equal to fis.read, read is also one of the inbuilt method name. It is not equal to 1 means file has to be read, right? Until the file ending it has to be read. After that only when is equal to -1 the file reading is ended, means file has to be ended part. So that's why after print the raw data, after that fis.close means close the what? File input stream. The output will be 65 and also 66. So whatever the data it will return to the what? Int byte data. Understood now? This is how you have to create a what? Hierarchy and also binary input output classes. So next we can move into object input output classes. So what exactly the object? So in the previous slides you already know what exactly file input stream, output stream and also a hierarchy of the binary input output classes, right? So in this slide we can get about what exactly the object output input output classes. So what do you mean by object? So everything is converted into object in Java. Why? Because Java is a OOP language, right? So everything is converted into Java. So for example, consider system.out. This is also belongs to one object. In background it holds one object, right? That belongs to which package? Java.io.package, right? So like that everything is converted into object. Like that what exactly the object input output classes is nothing but everything. For example, consider class called vehicle. So under the vehicle we have car, bus and all many more, right? So we have to create methods and also behaviors for the each car class and also bus class and also vehicle class. So it is considered to be object 1, it is considered to be object 2 and bus is considered to be object 3. Like that everything is object, right? So everything is converted into object into the file. That is what a object input output classes means, every file. So in the previous slides you already get to know whatever the information we directly return into the file, but here everything is converted into object, then we move to that content into the object format into the file. That is what object IO. And also object output classes is nothing but object output stream and also object input stream. So as you already know, input stream is nothing but we have to read back from the file and also output stream is nothing but we have to write into the file. So there are two operations in the object input output, that is serialization and deserialization. So serialization is nothing but, so we have to write the whatever the object content into the file. Deserialization means, so after saving that content or save the content, we have to read back into the Java program. So that is what object input output means, reading and writing. And entire objects like a student or car file into the file, it uses what operation? A serialization and deserialization. Serialization is nothing but we have to write whatever the contents into the file. Deserialization is nothing but we have to read back that object from the file into the Java program. And also here you can see a simple, as I already told, Java input output means java.io.star, it belongs to input output operation. So it implements serializable. So implement serializable is nothing but it is called what? A interface. Interface is nothing but it's a class mainly for what? It tells how to do. It doesn't tell how we can do or how we can pass or how we can solve that problem. It doesn't tell. It tells like a rules, or it is a prototype. It has some rules, but it tells the class to do the function or whatever the works it assigned, but it doesn't tell how we have to do. That is what interface. And rest of the code here. So serialization is nothing but save the file and also open the file from the reading. That is what object output classes. So let's see the step by step how we can create. For that, first we need a simple class called a student. As I already told, import java.io. We do a operation called serializable here. So that's why instead of star we have to put serializable. So and after that we have to make this class as a serializable, means that entire class is converted into one object. This entire class is converted into object. So that's why we have to make that using the implements keyword and serializable interface. And after that, as call a constructor class called what? A student, and also what? A string name, int age and string. And again we have to pass the constructor. We have to use constructor because we have to give the parameters, right? So that's why pass the parameter and using this keyword. So this is the first step. And after that, second step, we have to serialize the object. So now again we have to file output stream, because object output stream cannot write directly to the file. So like a file output stream. So that's why first we need to file output stream, then we have to need object output stream. So both use the packages called object output stream and also file output stream, and call the what? A student s1 and call the student object, create one reference variable with a new keyword and pass the parameters. And within the try catch block, if any exception occurs, it will caught by catch block. So that's why inside the try block I created a what? Student.txt, and the object we have to pass this as a parameter to the object output stream. Why? Because it has to be converted into object, right? We have to write, and after that object, write object. So here you can see this is the main method. It will convert into the object into what? To the file. See, saving the object to the file using which method? What? A write object. Understood now? And after that, close the object.close and close the file output stream, object output stream, because first we use object. So that's why first clear that, and after that file output stream, and one printing statement, data is saved successfully, and after that call the catch block and print the whatever the error message it will caught by a try block. And after that we have to read back that object to the Java program. How? Using the deserialization operation. Again call the file output stream and object output stream, and also a file output stream and also new file output stream, and again read back that object output and using the what? Object ln dot read object. So we have to read the object, reading object from the file. Using that the data will be displayed called student details, name and also age and also course. It will read back. So like that we have to deserialization and also serialization. Understood now? This is how the file handling concept will be covered like in a object input output classes. Thank you.